Session in personality development is about self-confidence. Okay, when we begin with the word self-confidence, I'm sure we all have some ideal when we talk about the confident person, the person who looks very confident to us and whom we look up to. Maybe a movie star, maybe one of your parents, maybe both of your parents, maybe some uncle or aunt of yours. It can be anyone. Might be your boss if you're at a workplace. I'm here relating to a few of the students who are coming up because growing up are the years when we need lots of assurance to gain lots of confidence. Okay, why? Okay, I'll start with my own story. When I was in school, uh, 10 to 12 years old, I was very lanky, very thin. I was called Haddiyon ka dhacha because in Hindi, Haddiyon ka dhacha, it means a collection of bones, because I was lankiest, thin, and there was only my skin on my bone, and I'm sure I never looked very good at that age. But then we have this problem of how we look, and when we are growing up, that connects a lot to our confidence in most of the children, right? Anyways, that was one aspect, and I remember every morning getting up and looking at myself in the mirror and thinking, my God, who is going to tease me today? Who is going to make fun of me, laugh at my back? All those sorts of things, when they are in your mind, it diverts your concentration from productivity, whether it's at work or it's at school or it's at college or at education. So to begin with, confidence gives us focus on ourselves to give ourselves better, be better, right? Then slowly, when we grew up, factors for lack of confidence changed. Maybe in college, the grades, the percentages of the marks we had, the kind of friends we had. Maybe some friends were carrying gadgets which were more expensive than what I could carry, and then again that would lead to another complex in me. And these small bits always contribute towards your confidence. Anyways, this is life, and this is how our whole dynamics has been. I'm not going to say be who you are, don't compare yourself with others, so on and so forth, right? These choices we will make one at a time in our life. But since we are talking today about self-confidence, inner confidence, let's focus on that, right? Because remember, one power we have is our mind, and our mind has this power of focus. When we focus on something, it turns out into reality, whether it's a bad thing or it's a good thing. So let's try focusing on something good and great. Anyways, slowly then when I grew up, thanks to my good parenting, good teachers, I was a very enthusiastic person in the school, very good sports person, and good with other curricular activities, good in studies. And what eventually happened was I started excelling in subjects. I started excelling in sports. And you know what happened? Slowly my focus shifted from that fear of being very thin or fear of being made fun of, shifted to my good factors, right? Because I was being encouraged by others, my peers, my teachers, to excel in my studies or in sports or something or the other. And now when I remember back, that's how I gained my confidence, because instead of focusing on how ugly I was looking, how thin I was looking, how my complexion was and all that things, I was more motivated towards doing better in my studies, in my sports and extracurricular activities. And that was the beginning of building of self-confidence. But the journey doesn't stop there. We grow up, adolescence periods come up, then the college, and then I said those status reflection with the gadgets and dresses and shoes and bags. It never ends, and still it doesn't, right? Okay, now, so for the first thing, when we are starting with the self-confidence session, let's start with an activity, right? If you can have a friend of yours, that will be all the more interesting. I would ask you to ask one of your best friend. If you have two friends, all the more better. If not, just one friend. Ask one of your friends to list you down 3 of your good qualities and 3 of your bad qualities, right? Okay, so that's our first exercise today. Okay, in my sessions I'll try to add more exercises so that it's very interactive. And since we haven't started any web sessions or webinars yet, let's start with going with the sessions, and then you can mail me your feedback and mail me what activities you did, so that I can go through all of them and get back to you, right? Okay, cool. Then okay, consider here let me pause. Once those activities are done, then only you should get back to my second session. Otherwise this session is not going to work out, right? Okay,